What's going on, Sweet Dreams Nation? We have another historical night wrapped up in Sydney, Australia with Sean, if you will, Strickland, defeating Israel Adesanya in a 5-round fight, winning 4 rounds to 1. Nobody saw it coming. I didn't see it coming. I'm shocked, and I'm pretty sure the whole world, the fight world, is shocked as well. But Sean Strickland is the champion. We had a great card, a lot of action going out. For the most part, on the card, I was right, all the way up into the main event, in which I was proven wrong. And I mean, I can't be fully upset about it. You know, everybody, y'all know Izzy's my boy, but I'm also cool with Sean. Me and Sean have built a somewhat of a cool relationship between each other. We have good exchanges whenever we see each other. His coach Eric, and I have actually built a pretty close relationship to one another, and I'm happy to see him successful. You know, the people that I build these relationships with, I'm always happy to see them successful and having success and things like that. I'm just gonna start from the feature prelim. Was a great fight between Da Un Jun and Carlos Ilberg ended in Ilberg getting a late submission within the last second. Actually went to a replay where they had to look and see that Da actually did tap. It was a solid fight, solid win for Carlos. He looked good in the fight. Had some things that he could probably improve on, but for the most part, looked really good and controlled most of the fight. So good on him and good win. Moving on to the main card, Tyson Pedro versus Atan Turkaja. Tyson Pedro came out right out the gate, got right in his face, and was able to start touching him up right away. Landed some big shots on him, touched his chin, and was able to put him out right away. He had a nice celebration at the end with the whole samurai thing. That was dope. You know, it's good to see for him. You know, Tyson's a solid dude. And it was good to see him back in the win column. It was just solid, man. I called knockouts for a lot of these fights and finishes for a lot of them. Moving on to the next fight, we had Justin Tafa going against Austin Lane, and which ended in another knockout, which I predicted. They got into an exchange early on. Lane looked to be the faster, more athletic one. But one thing that I did notice, whenever they did engage and come in contact with one another, he was kind of more pushing, more so, rather than picking strategically and good, clean shots, good, effective shots. And Tafa ended up landing a hard, I believe it was a lead hook on the chin, followed up with another hook to the chin and put him out cold. Good on him, and he actually got a performance bonus, so a little extra cheese in the bank. So, congratulations. Moving on, Manel Cape versus Felipe Dos Santos. Now, this Dos Santos kid took this fight on short notice, was supposed to be fighting on Contender Series. I don't know who had this. Whoever was supposed to fight this kid on Contender Series, you completely dodged the bullet. This kid went in against the number 10 ranked guy in the world and put on a performance and completely stole the show. He had a look in his eye the whole time, like he wasn't shook, he wasn't worried, he wasn't scared. And Manel Cup is definitely one of those guys in the smaller divisions that has that power that you should be afraid of and that you should actually take a second guess of. He wasn't thinking about none of that. He wasn't worried about none of that. He was coming to win. He was coming forward. He was returning shots as well. You know, Manel had his number. You could tell the experience level was just a little bit leaning higher towards Manel and things like that. But Dos Santos showed that he was game. I'm a fan now. I'm definitely gonna be watching, and yeah, man, can't wait to see this kid what he does in the future. I don't know how old he is exactly, but if he's as young as he looks, like, we could be looking at a future champion right here, you know, for sure. Moving on to the co-main event, we had Alexander Volkov versus Tai Tuivasa, and this fight kind of played out how I expected, apart from the submission finish, which I understand that's a possibility when you can rock somebody. But for the most part, Volkov did what he needed to do, stay long on Tai, stayed where he couldn't really reach him. Tai didn't use his jab really to use his feet to get to him or anything like that. And Volkov was able to catch him with shots while coming in and just long shots from the outside and do a lot of damage on him. And it started to add up over the course of the fight. You know, at Ty being Ty, tough as shit, he was able to endure for quite some time. But ultimately, Volkov was able to put enough damage on him to hurt him, and then he got him down, got him in bad positions on the ground, and was ultimately able to finish him and get him out of there. So good on you. Congratulations to Volkov. Now going on to the main event. Sean Strickland versus Israel Adesanya. As I said, Sean Strickland's the champion. You know, he came out and did what I thought his best chance was to do, which was to get in Izzy's face, get in that close range, and use his hands, get his hands in his face, and land some good shots. He was extremely, extremely patient. I don't know if even Izzy was expecting him to be that patient in the first round, and he was able to catch Izzy early and hit him with a good shot, put him down, almost finished the fight. You know, and I think from that, it just kind of just rolled into Sean's favor from there. Izzy came out the second round, and he realized that whenever he's throwing, Sean wasn't throwing back. He wasn't countering. He wasn't throwing anything back. And he was able to take that second round just based off of activity, staying active, throwing things, and Sean didn't really respond to anything, and he gave him a lot of respect in that round. In between rounds, I thought what Coach Eric said in between that round was perfect. Don't give this guy that. Don't give him that respect. Go in there, go after him, and own it. Assert yourself, essentially, and you can beat this guy. You can do this. Go in and do you. Just fight your fight. And I think that's exactly what Sean did. Sean went in and he just went after him. He went at him and he was able to just stay in Izzy's face and just keep him uncomfortable. Izzy was never really able to create the space he needed to get off his attacks, because, you know, Izzy likes that far, long, rangy kickboxer. You know, Izzy's a kickboxer, and he, as we talked in the War Council, Izzy's more of a kicker than a puncher. You know, and Sean took away that and put it in punching range. And I think that was brilliant, and that ultimately is what led to him, because then from there, Izzy has a choice now you can wrestle, and I don't think Izzy would have had the grappling advantage in that. So Sean was able to keep that up on him, stay in his face, keep him uncomfortable, and land shots. And whenever Izzy was able to land shots, he didn't get rattled. He stayed in, and then he returned. Even when he got hit, sometimes he returned and just returned hard. And then some of those shots were just landing so flush and so hard that it was just, it was nasty. It was Izzy looked off. Sean looked like Sean. And it was a great win by Sean. Historical upset, incredible way. You know, you could see the emotion on him after that. It was great to see the respect between the two of those, because ultimately at the end of the day, this is just a job, and we all out here trying to chase our dreams and provide for our family and those who we care for. So it was good for them to push all the pre-fight talk and all of that aside and share that moment of just brotherhood of warriors and things like that. So that was good to see. Sean Strickland, Deshaun, if you will, is the champion. I think they do a rematch right away. Izzy's been a dominant champion regardless of the whole episode with the Pereira thing. He's been a dominant champion long enough to warrant an immediate rematch. Plus, from what I understand, they're not really happy with Drakus right now, so they're not really looking at him. And outside of him, I don't really see who else has already separated themselves to be a champion. I was at a watch party. I was there with Marvin Vettori. Marvin Vettori was there. He saw, you know, he trains with Sean. He was on the War Council to break down this card with me. He had some things to say. He had some thoughts. He understands that now his teammate was able to accomplish the goal that he wasn't able to himself, and now he understands that now Sean is the man to chase. So. And he's hungry for the title. I mean, his dream has always been the title. He wants to be the first Italian champion, and I don't think that stops with his teammate winning the belt. But, you know, it is what it is. The division is now open. It's changing guards. A lot of motion at the top of the division. A lot of motion towards the back in the middle of the rankings and things like that. You know, things are heating up, man. It's really a great time in MMA and in the sport. A lot of things are happening around, just not just this, but combat sports in general. You know, we got the football season coming back. Shout out to my Lions, by the way, getting it done against the former Super Bowl champions, going out there, letting them know who we are. One pride. I've been feeling it. I've been telling it for a while. I think this is our year, and I just wanted to throw that in there. But yeah, congratulations to Sean. I cannot forget to shout out Marab. Marab actually called this win. He called Sean Strickland, and he called it by decision. Mystic Marab, bruh. Crazy. I'm pretty sure with that he probably won the game as well. I gotta get my picks up because right now I'm taking L's, and y'all, they're gonna end up breaking me with these prizes at the end of this. But yeah, man, great night for fans, great moment for fans, great moment for Australia, great moment for Sean. Izzy, I know you'll be back. I know you know what I mean, smart, one of the greatest to ever do it, and can't wait to see what happens next. You know, always watching. Everybody gonna be tapped in. The world will wait, and yeah, appreciate y'all tapping in and everything like that. And Sweet Dreams Nation, always love.